Good Monday to you. I'm Storm Team 9 Meteorologist Patrick Ellis here with your ENC Weather update for this January the 20th, 2014. Everybody's question, what will happen tomorrow across eastern North Carolina? And oddly enough, big changes are on the way, but you won't actually feel them through the day tomorrow. But by the time we head towards, say, dinner time tomorrow, completely different situation. Let's talk about it here in the forecast update video. Here's a look at the breakdown potential as we go into the next 24 to 48 hours. Tonight, no issues tonight. Mostly to partly clear skies. We will be talking about that frontal boundary pushing into the region on Tuesday. Likely we'll have rain showers switching over to snow showers by the latter half of the afternoon into the evening hours, and then the cold air, the bitterly cold air, comes in here for Wednesday. Here's a look at Live Viper 9, and here's the frontal boundary approaching us. You see that little trough down to the south. That is going to help to start this thing off tomorrow with gathering some moisture out ahead of this, but it's going to spur up a low pressure center that's basically going to take a track across the mountains and then up across the northern portion of our viewing area, basically right along the border belt, and then taking it offshore into the morning time hours of Wednesday and into the evening hours of Tuesday as well. You see the pink boxes, those are winter storm warnings. That's basically from the I-95 corridor from just about Roanoke all the way through, Richmond rather, Roanoke, Richmond, back up towards Washington, Baltimore, New York City is involved in this as well. And a winter storm watch is in effect, and winter weather watch is down there into Hampton Roads, basically butting up on the northern side of of our neck of the woods, and also winter storm warnings along the western front of the mountains, and a winter storm watch on the lee side of the mountains, North Carolina. So let's talk about the precision forecast model, and honestly I think this has actually got a great handle on this system as we head into tomorrow. So tomorrow morning you may wake up, it's going to be a normal day. Start off with sunshine across the east, but that will quickly transition to clouds as we head into the afternoon hours. Temperatures tomorrow morning in the 30s. But as that upper level disturbance comes into play and the surface low pressure comes into play as well, things will start to change rapidly into the afternoon hours. We'll likely see the clouds starting to increase by the afternoon hours, mainly after about noontime or so. Temperatures, you see the wide range of temperatures, near 60 along the Highway 24 corridor, and 35 degrees up at Roanoke Rapids in a transition from rain to snow at that point. This is 3 o'clock in the afternoon, folks. So, oddly enough, we're talking about temperatures tomorrow in the 50s before this thing gets cracking. The other thing that's also going to come into play, if we have enough instability in the atmosphere, that's going to also play a role into this forecast as well. As the low pressure center starts to rotate around the back edge of this, the temperatures will dynamically cool. We'll be in the 30s by 7 o'clock, but you see that we're already transitioning over to a rain-snow mix at this point as the cold air comes down. Look at Goldsboro at 35, but they've got snow. And Elizabeth City is getting in on this as well. I think there's going to be a time period between about 3 o'clock in our northwestern counties till about midnight or so where this is all going to occur. Here's 10 p.m. Everybody's into the snow at this point, and there could be a couple of heavier bands trying to get in there as well. And I think generally light snowfall, but a couple of heavier pockets here or there, that could put down some snowfall quick, fast, in a hurry. At this point, most of the area below freezing, and we're talking about mainly northeast North Carolina being the primary snow belt here. By Wednesday morning, this is all out here. Maybe a few clouds still lingering around, some flurries along the coast, but everything's offshore, and temperatures in the teens and 20s, and I don't think we make it above maybe 26, 27 degrees for our northern areas, and especially in the area that's in a snowpack. If we have snow on the ground, that's going to help the temperatures stay even cooler. I think if you don't have snow on the ground, you will still make it to near 30, but if you have snow on the ground, it's going to be a completely different scenario. And this is looking on the precision forecast model, looking at the how much will it fall. That's 3 p.m. Once again, not very much on the board, but you take that out there, and you got a dusting for the Outer Banks. Greenville got 0.3 of an inch, half an inch at Rocky Mount, and an inch up at Roanoke Rapids, almost an inch and a half at Ahoskie, and also Elizabeth City. I think that's going to be the main area that we talk about for major, in general terms, major accumulations in the grand scheme of things. Half an inch to an inch of snow in the white shaded areas, basically from Greenville northward. And I think the 1 inch totals will be along the Highway 158 corridor. That will be north of Bertie County. So maybe Chowan County, Perquimans, Pasquotank, maybe Northampton, Gates, and Hertford County's getting in on this. But I think Bertie County may stay just outside of it. But there may be a couple of isolated pockets where you get a little higher amounts. Also, possibly 3/4 of an inch out along the inner banks. Columbia, Swan Quarter. Talking out towards Phelps Lake, Lake Mattamuskeet. Dusting to a half an inch outside of that, basically through Greenville, all the way south to Kinston and New Bern. I think the further south that you go, the better chance that you're just going to see a dusting. The further north you are, the better chance you'll see maybe a half an inch. And dusting to nothing as you head further down to the south, as this thing just kind of just puts down some light snow showers across that neck of the woods. But we could have a couple of heavier snow showers moving through portions of the area that could quickly dump a quick little dusting to even a half an inch across the east. As far as the snow panic meter is concerned, a 2 on a scale of 1 to 10, so don't go out there buying bread and milk. In the grand scheme of things, you have to think of it like this. This is not a huge issue. This is not going to cause major issues for us here in eastern North Carolina. It is a little bit of an inconvenience. That will give you that. So rain to snow, timing, Tuesday afternoon through Wednesday morning. Impacts will be relatively minor. We could have some slick patches on the roadways, especially bridges and overpasses and secondary roads. Accumulation, none to the south, more to the north, and overall the threat level in the low category. Then we're talking about the bitterly cold that will be moving into the region. That's Wednesday morning. Look at all that cold air coming down the pipeline. I don't think we make it out of the 20s, maybe 30 here across the east on Wednesday. Now, we will get a little bit of a reprieve on Thursday, but Friday, another clipper system comes through here. That'll drop our temperatures back into the 20s and 30s again. By the weekend, there will be some modification in the air mass. I think by the time we head towards Sunday, we should be getting back towards maybe 50 degrees and then back into the 40s with another system coming down the pipeline by the time we head towards Sunday. Otherwise, this is about the best game in town as far as the precipitation chances are concerned over the next 7 days. That'll do it for me here on the ENC Weather Update. Stay up to date with us, Facebook, Twitter, and WNCT.com. Once again, I think the major issue here is going to be talking about the much colder air moving into the region. Wind chill values likely on Wednesday morning will be in the single digits to the lower teens. And on top of that, the potential for snowfall. That's adding a little bit of interesting addition to this forecast. But in the grand scheme of things, this is a fairly minor event that shouldn't cause a big hoopla here across eastern North Carolina. It's just going to be pretty to look at as we head into the afternoon hours. Like I said, we'll keep you guys updated on the Facebook side, the television side as well. And guys, have a great rest of your evening, a great day tomorrow. Stay safe out there and stay warm as well.